Holy jumping set almost worked.
I'm amazed, man. I don't know what we
See, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, we end the show right now on a high
I
note.
don't even remember the last time I saw that full video.
We almost laid bets down. And that
Yeah,
wasn't gonna work.
you would have lost, man.
I would have.
Dude,
Yeah.
I should have bet on that. I can't believe it worked. That's crazy.
59th time is the charm.
59?
Is it 59 or 60?
59? This is 59.
Yeah.
Woo! Amazing, eh?
Wow.
And you know what? We didn't do a whole lot of them when I was sick, too. So, man, plugging away.
Yeah, man.
Sean's so
Sean
involved
is
in
just
that.
mesmerized.
Sean doesn't
he?
even know what planet we're on. Right now, Ian West here. Homies, homettes. Is that a word? Did I used that in the vlog yesterday? Homies and homettes.
Homat?
What, it's like a female homie? I want to be politically correct.
Female homie would be.
Homie?
Homette is politically
Homet?
correct.
Homekind?
Homekind. That definitely is a
Can you
loser.
say people kind?
People kind.
Homekind.
Oh, man. Well, the intro worked, but the rest of it is quickly falling apart here.
There we go.
I'm Ian West. I run this rodeo of FearFishing. This camera's really bothering me. Sorry, Mark. My
My camera's
making
really
me
bothering me, too.
You know what the
Yeah.
problem is that my camera's here, and I got to look up here to the screen, but my camera's here.
Why do you go look at the screen?
I don't know. I feel like I need to.
I always look at the screen, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to my left, introduce yourself.
Mark Hunter from Bowmanville, and I am the rodeo clown.
You are you're living the Bachelor life. We're going to get
I
to that
have
in a
been,
moment.
yeah. 15 days.
You have a huge secret to
survived.
share with
I'm
everybody.
surprised you haven't wasted away to nothing over there.
Hey, dude. I
Across
got
from
it
us.
covered.
Living
Across
on
from us.
craft dinner and
I got
toast.
I got a debit
Craft
card.
dinner and toast. We yeah. What's going on, homie?
Yeah. Oh, there.
There
Hey,
he is.
hey,
There you are.
hey,
You're here.
hey.
What's going on, homie?
Not much.
You having fun?
Yeah. At least you didn't call me a homette.
Home
Oh, man.
Wow. That's
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
That was pretty bad.
Getting warmed up
Say
here.
aluminum for me.
Never.
Never.
Aluminum
Can't.
miss.
That's
Aluminum miss. Good thing they don't make fishing rods out of that.
That's right.
Sean McCall.
Sean
Introduce
McCall.
yourself from Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally from Bob Cajun.
Born in
Oshawa.
South
South
Oshawa.
You guys set me up. You guys are dicks. Anyway.
In
No,
behind. Yeah.
Grew up north, man. Came back down when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
pretty
wait to get
bad when they
back up
kick you
there.
out of South Oshawa and send you to
Wow.
Bob Cajun.
And then you come back.
And they're like, nope, move to Curtis.
That's it.
Yeah.
Behind the computer tonight, Amber, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Excellent.
We can't see you.
We can't see her.
That's good.
No way.
Aw.
Aw, Amber.
She looks really good today. You guys
She
are
does.
missing out.
She. You guys are missing out because she won't click that button. But Mike Williams found something. What were you talking about with Mike Williams?
Something about throwing something.
Oh,
in
somebody
his deck.
found something on the lake today. Was that not what it was, Amber?
Yeah, it was a post from OFC. Somebody
Click yourself in
posted-
here.
Somebody posted in OFC.
Oh yeah, what did they find on the water?
A large dildo.
What?
Oh, did
Really?
you go running?
A very large dildo.
Yeah,
What color was it?
It was all. It was.
it's on the.
I
It,
believe
It was
the skin
Chris
color.
Tatascos.
was it found on the lake or was it?
Was it floating?
He was flipping it under docks.
Oh, we lost Sean there. Was it Amber? Bring yourself into the conversation here. Was it caught or was it found on the beach side?
I believe somebody caught it.
Wow,
Somebody caught it?
somebody caught it.
No.
We were talking about that, and then
That's amazing.
one time Marley and I went to the Detroit River, and I caught a boot. You know how
Caught a
like
boot?
everybody jokes about all I caught was a boot. I legitimately caught like a Timberland boot.
I caught a net once.
Really?
Yeah.
I also caught Marley and I caught a St. Croix rod, and about 5 minutes later we caught a deer antler, like off a big buck on Rice Lake.
Wow.
And but when it was drying out in my boat, it just disintegrated.
I had the net ready to this weekend for an. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one, and it was a log.
No way.
Yeah, he was
Doesn't
bringing,
that
he was
suck when
bringing
that
it
happens?
up too. Yeah, it was like a big ugly stick,
You ever caught a snapping
and
turtle?
I gave him shit for catching the cover.
You ever got a snapper?
I seen a huge one.
Horniak got a giant on a flipping jig once, right by the back leg.
I caught a frog once.
Ooh.
A frog?
Ooh.
Marley got a
Like
frog
big
too.
Frog. You
Marley
could've
caught a
ate
lot of
those,
things.
Man. You could eat those legs.
Marley caught a frog on a frog, and it squealed when we took the hooks out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really, eh?
it was. Yeah, he was not happy at all.
I've caught a few frogs.
He blew up on the frog too, like he was a largemouth bass.
Unreal, eh?
whiteboard, we nailed the intro.
Yes, we did.
Let's talk about CSFL, Rice Lake. Sean and I just competed in that over like a week ago. Was it a week ago already?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
No
It
way.
was last weekend.
We did all right day 1, 11th place. Second day, 34th place. Made some bad judgment calls day 2, I feel. I really feel, looking back at this, I talked about it on the vlog, we should have went to that deep weed first and then up the river.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah, I
the
don't know
river
if that
turned
deep
on,
weed
right?
would have panned out first.
Yeah, I think in the morning they would have been there.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. We went there. It was slick, calm.
We might
There
have
was
even got some...
millions of bait fish swimming over top of it. It was so different.
we might have got some big smallmouth rolling up in there because
We did get a lot of smallies there too.
we could have got a big one rolling up there. The smallmouth, I'm don't know for sure. Well,
What happened to smallmouth?
I don't know what happened to them.
What happened
Mike
to-
Williams and Dwayne Jacobs won day 2, and they had 4 smallmouth, and those guys are
They lit her up, man.
hardcore shallow water jig
Yeah,
fishermen.
they are. Yeah.
So
You know what those guys did? Those guys caught a big fish early,
yep,
Yeah.
and they came in early and weighed that fish in.
Yeah, they
smart play.
did. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Talk about taking care of the fish, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
You know, that was a great move. That's awesome that the scales are open that early. 11 o'clock, Andy opens the scales just in case,
You know what?
Yeah.
That should be every
Standard.
tournament should do that when there's big smallmouth involved.
It should be a standard. Across
Those
the board.
smallmouth do not do well in
No, they do not.
live wells. So day
But Mike
1,
Williams,
You guys had
Dwayne
some
Jacobs,
problems with
they
it,
lit
right?
it up this weekend on G-Pool too.
they won back-to-back
back.
events.
You guys thought you had a problem with some smallmouth, did you not?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we did.
No,
Day
we had
one.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
some
we
problem
did.
with some largemouth.
Yeah.
Was it large? I thought it was
Three
small.
Yeah,
largies,
3
yeah.
largies.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought it was smallmouth.
Oh,
They got hot, and they weren't looking so good in the live well, and we were way away from weigh in. It was the end of the day, and I checked them, and they looked great. And then we fished for 20, 30 minutes, and we came back, and they were looking hurting.
Yeah, because we got a routine. Every time we sit down, we buckle in, throw our life jackets on, open the live wells, check the fish, get ready to roll, make sure there's water in there. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And I open the fish, and our small fish side, there was 2 in there. They were okay. Open the big fish side, and 3 of them were sideways. I'm like,
Yeah, they
"Oh,
were
no."
hurting.
I'm like, Ian. He's like, what? I'm like, they're dead, man. They're dead. He's looking, and we're looking, and their gills are like barely moving, man. Barely moving. He's like, no, I got the stuff. He scrambles around. I grab the fish, put him in the other side, right? Because the pump stopped working.
Yeah.
Threw him in the other side. He takes this blue stuff. What was that called? Rejuvenate?
Yeah, I believe that one is Rejuvenate.
Dumps a whole bunch of this blue stuff in, sticks his arm in there, gives her a big swirl around. He's like, we got to go now. We go booking down the lake. We were doing like 96 miles an hour.
we're
96.
Yeah,
It was
like,
moving.
we were moving.
we were. I thought we were gonna be late.
And I was pissed. I'm like, we got an okay bag of fish, right? We ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
with, what, 15.8.
15.8.
We ended up in the money. We cashed check. But I was like, oh my God, that just ruined our day. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
ruined our day.
3 dead fish, that'd be 3/4 of a pound, right?
Yeah.
You know?
That's a big hurt when you're
No, 3/4. Isn't it a pound of fish there?
No,
I'm not sure.
it's quarter pound.
Half pound?
Quarter pound?
Quarter pound?
Quarter pound.
So we get there, pop that live well open, and they all look delicious. They rolled right
man,
back over.
They were skipping rope in the freaking live well, man. They
No.
were
Yeah.
having a grand
With
old
the toe
time.
tags.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
doing double dutch in your
Yeah.
live
I
well.
had them do
That's
that
great.
before. Fish carrier is
It's huge.
it is huge, but the other thing is to know don't give up on them. They're hardy.
No, they are pretty
Smallmouth are pretty man. When a smallmouth starts to go, good luck
big
bringing him
fish,
back.
I
But
brought one back
largemouth?
last weekend. Same weekend I brought one back.
Largemouth really they're hardy fish. You put that chemical to them, and I have the Rejuvenate. That's the powder,
Yep.
but I'm a bigger fan of the G juice. It's the liquid because you don't have to mix it. The powder you got to mix it,
I
or
never
it
mix
just
it.
floats
I
to
got
the
my
bottom.
pumps going through anyways,
Y-
right?
if
It's
you-
moving. It's
I
moving.
imagine when you're ripping down the lake doing 65, you're
I really
moving
like the
water,
G
too.
juice, the liquid. You just
Yeah.
put it in there, water turns green.
I wonder if that really helped too, like that instant ride right away, shaking
Quite.
the shit out of that live well, getting that stuff going.
Could
It
have got
really
some more
pumped those
oxygen
fish.
in there.
That's what I did. I had a problem. We came under. I looked at the fish when we left our spot. We were in Shao. They were fine. I get to that 10K under the bridge.
Yep.
Before I blast, I look at it again, and they're not doing so good. So I jumped out. I got my that juice in there too. I think it's called Live Release or something.
Yep.
It's a powder too. I put it in there. I had Buddy. It was a smallmouth. I had Buddy hold the fish up, like vertical,
Mm-hmm.
until we got to our next spot. And the time we got to our next spot, he let that fish go, and it was
No way.
beautiful. Beautiful. Within 5 minutes.
The other thing I like to do is put especially with smallmouth, you need to put some ice in there, Now, I'll give you a great tip. If you take a bag of ice and throw her in there, those
They're
fish
dead.
will croak so
Yeah.
fast because 99% of the world's ice is made with tap water, which has got fluoride in it, which will kill your fish, like right away. So what I like to do is freeze bottles of water, and then if I have big smallmouth, throw just the bottles of water in there.
I
Cool
think
down the
that's
line,
even
right?
a lot of ice too. I think you only need like 2 or 3 cubes to.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
like I had them on Skoogog one time, and it was 1,000,000,000 degrees, and
I don't know about ripping down the lake with bottles, like ice bottles in there. It'd be like,
no, they're all right. They just sink.
Yeah.
Then they float when they
Yeah.
melt. Yeah. I never had a problem. I like, man, when we did the Duck Island back to Brockville in that hot weather, we put the ice to them pretty good. Like I had like 10 water bottles frozen, and we'd stop every 20 minutes on the way back, throw another jam in there, because you got to remember sometimes, like especially when we were at Wolf Island, the water temperature difference between Lake Ontario and the St. Lawrence is probably like 15 degrees,
wow.
if not, right? So you're running them into warm water, and you got your live wells on, and every time you stop to pump that water up, the water's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, right? So they're doing a 15 degree water change in an hour.
Yeah. That's huge.
Right, so I had another time I had them on Lake Skoogok, and waiting to weigh in the Port Perry Marina there,
Yeah.
and they started getting not so happy in there, and I put the ice to them and the Rejuvenate, and they were absolutely fine.
Do we need to take this away from him?
Okay, let's
Hey,
talk about this.
what-
Should we talk about this where we can move on?
I'm just looking at the screen here.
What?
Sean's just.
Wow, these things. Yeah,
Okay, let's talk about
I've
this.
been dying to have these in my hand ever since I seen them a few weeks ago, and Live Target was kind
Yeah.
enough to send.
They sent me two.
Yeah, send you 2 of these hollow body crayfish.
Hold them in front. Here, give me one, and I'll hold
No,
them in
they're
front
all
of the
tied
camera.
on one string, so
Okay.
you can't take one away from me. I got them both.
You got them both.
I do.
Look at this guy go. So we got the hollow belly. There we go.
There it is. The hollow.
There it
belly
is.
frog.
I don't even
The
think you
hollow
can
belly
get.
frog.
You can
The
buy
hollow
one
belly
yet.
Crawfish.
It was super awesome that they sent it to me. I really want to try it, but I'm also
show them mine now.
I'm really nervous about losing them.
You showed them yours. Now
What?
show them mine. The blue one.
Well, you already lost 2 since
Yeah,
we got
good
here.
luck. Good luck, boys. I'll have to pat
Yeah.
you down before you leave.
Oh, I don't
Yes,
know.
you do.
This
Those are
one's-
pretty cool. You think they'll work?
You know, honestly, my honest opinion of them, when I first dropped it in the water, the skirt I felt got in the way of the claws a little bit. Now the claws are removable,
Yes.
and the skirt's removable. So I took the claws off, put the skirt on first, and then put the claws back on.
Yep.
And I really like the way that goes more, but I could see you losing the claws easier. So if you took one of these rubber bands that goes around the skirting on regular jigs,
Yep.
and just slipped it over this eye after you put the claws back on,
Yep.
and I think that would stop the claws from coming off again. So I think I would MacGyver mine a little bit, because you put them in the water and you can see the difference in the skirt. Like the skirt comes out nicely underneath that one there.
Here.
It's all
We just
Here.
saw
There you
up
go,
your
Sean.
nose.
You can
We
move
just saw
that
up your
camera.
nose.
Are you ready?
How's that?
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know.
We
Like
lost
the-
our
the
camera.
So
one
there's
on the right.
the blue one stock.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The blue one's stock, and I like the way the skirting
That's pretty
comes
crazy.
underneath it, and it allows the claws, because the claws are meant to float on these, right?
Yep.
And it allows the claws to pop right up, and these things are so well balanced too. Every time you drop it in there, it lands right on the tail. The claws pop up there. I can't wait to go home with this tonight. Really.
He said
Good
that
luck.
about me earlier.
What
but
when you look at them, what kind of application? What would you use them for?
bass.
These?
Yeah, like we know bass,
I
Mark.
would actually.
Way to go.
I would use these a lot for smallmouth too.
Well, that's my plan: is to take them out to Rice Lake and drown them in 20 feet of water here,
Yeah.
drag them.
Yeah, I would use these a lot for smallies too.
You're gonna drag them like a tube.
Yes, I am.
I think smallies would hammer these.
I do
I
too.
really do, because
Especially since nobody else has them.
Crawfish, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
The I think the smallmouth and the deep water bite will hammer those. Erie,
I'm
Lake
gonna be
Ontario,
interested to see
Simcoe.
if you can buy packs of replacement claws.
You can buy a pack of replacement claws. I actually brought this question up to them. If you buy about getting bigger claws, the suggestion feedback I got back from them was to there's a smaller size than that, and you can buy the bigger claw replacements that'll fit on them.
Yeah. So
You can have a
it's
smaller
one
body
size
with
fits
bigger
all?
claws.
So that's the
Yes.
bigger craw that they sell? Or that's the smaller one?
I
That's
believe
gotta
it's
be
the bigger
smaller
one.
one.
I
That's
believe
gotta
it's the
be
bigger one.
smaller one.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
know.
The claws seem pretty durable too. Like they're not.
Are they hollow?
Yeah, they're hollow.
Do they float?
They don't float when you drop them in the water, but on the actual bait, they float.
Gotcha.
Right? Like they'll sink to the bottom, but when they hit the bottom, the actual claws will pop up.
Gotcha.
Right?
They're probably just ass heavy there.
Yeah, they're
I
pretty durable.
I don't.
I'd like to see them just a little bit like their Live Target's whole thing is life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Lifelike. Like they look exactly like a crawfish. Like you
It's
couldn't-
crazy, eh?
If I took because I took the skirt and the claws off and just put the claws on
Yep.
and dropped it in without no skirt, like that's just
It
looks
looked legit,
amazing.
eh?
It looks amazing.
I can't wait to use them.
That's probably how I would fish smallies with them. Take the skirt off
I'm gonna fish
and
them
just put the rubber stopper
on my
back
brain
the old
nail or
claws.
finesse rod.
You think you could stick a needle in there and?
I don't know.
I think they're just thinking because the arse end of it weighs.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, that's
what's
it.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
the claws
the
float.
claws themselves float. It's the plastic on the other side that holds them down.
Yes.
Right?
It's pretty exciting. Make sure you check out the videos on YouTube. Live
Yeah,
Target,
they're pretty cool.
Hollow Craw Clubbies.
Yeah, they're
Canadian
really
company.
cool.
We've had a bunch of club situations going on. I fished
Yeah.
with James Davis yesterday, who is maybe the GOAT of the co-angler. I've never had such a good time with somebody. The guy made me laugh. He kissed fish. He danced. He caught fish. Clubs are pretty exciting. I wish I really would have done this 10 years ago rather than waiting to my now.
Oh, that's better.
We need to change this camera angle next time. Now, you've been in clubs forever, eh, Mark?
I have been.
How long you been in club?
I'm gonna say 8 years, something like that.
8 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Sean, how long you
It's
been doing
great.
the club, Jam?
I joined Durham Anglers 4 years ago, 5
Something
years
like
ago,
that.
something like that. Yeah,
It's a great way to
it's the best way.
learn.
It's
to
the
learn,
best way.
meet like-minded people. You know what?
Yep.
Some of my good friends, I can honestly say, are my tightest friends now. I've met through fishing and through clubs and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
yeah.
had a great time
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
everybody in our club, the Quinny Bassmasters. You know, I got to fish with some good people. I got to meet good people. It's pretty laid back, chilled kind of club.
Yeah, yeah.
The meetings are a good time. I really wish I would have done this 10 years ago.
I told you to.
I missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I wish? I wish more guys that fish tournaments would hang out after they weigh in,
Yeah?
and everybody hung out and shot the shit.
Like clubbies?
There's a bunch of guys that do, and then there's a bunch of guys that don't. I wish everybody did, and it was just
That's
it was
the
more
big difference.
social, right?
That's the big difference I've noticed between a club. Like a club, everybody hangs out and talks about their day and
Yep.
shoots the shit. At Ontario, like tournaments, people book it.
I usually
Yeah.
hang around.
I
like
understand.
that.
I understand. You know,
Yeah.
we've all had a long day.
Yeah.
We're up at 4
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
morning. We track all the way there. We fish all day, and we
Yep.
just want to get our boat and go. But you know what? Some of the best times I've had is hanging out after tournaments.
For
shooting
sure.
the shit with
I've had a
guys.
great time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
And that's
hanging
how
out.
many people have we met this year?
Yeah,
New guys
for
that
sure.
Yeah.
we haven't met. You know.
No,
We
it's-
learn a lot of tips too. If you guys, any of you who don't stay, Mike Williams tells you how he won the tournament at the end of the day.
Yes, he does.
And that's
Yes,
not
he
on
does.
Facebook Live,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we know because we were there.
Man, that guy's a
Yeah,
hammer.
congrats to them, man. They're doing really well this year.
So
You
you,
know,
did-
another thing too with Mike Williams, he's a guide.
He is.
Yep.
Williams Outfitters. You know, if you're looking to go fishing, but not just looking to go fishing, looking to improve your fishing technique, that's a guy that you can go out with.
that's a big difference
He'll-
between
he'll-
like just catching some fish and
He'll
learning.
go to your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, keep going, keep talking.
Yeah, look at you.
What?
And then, so they win Rice,
So they win Rice, and then they go to G.
and they go to G Pool, and what do they do there?
They smashed it.
They won it again, eh? 2 in a row.
First time ever fishing that lake too. They
Yeah,
said
yeah, it was.
they'd never been there before.
Yeah, they never pre-fished it or nothing. They just went fishing there. Dwayne said, right?
Yeah, they just
Sometimes
went
that's the
fishing.
best thing, man. No, I did that on Sunday. I didn't win, but I haven't been on a
And
lake.
where were you on Sunday? You were on Quinny.
I was on Quinny. I haven't been on
Bay of
Quinny for
Quinny?
like 8 years.
You were on Quinny on
fishing bass.
Saturday.
No, Sunday.
Didn't you pre-fish?
Saturday, yeah. On and I haven't been on Quinny in 8 years for bass. And
Did
I went
you-
out. I just told my non-boater. I said, "Look, buddy, we're just going out fishing. I don't know what we're doing." Right? So it was howling like crazy.
It's like every day
When-
he goes
It was
fishing. no?
crazy.
I
It was
don't know what we're
crazy.
doing.
Howling like mad. So we said, you know what? I'm here for fun. I don't want to get my ass kicked all day in the waves. Let's go find a nice soft shore and
Aw.
fish it. And that's what we did.
Aw,
And we
let's
weighed
go
like
find
14 and a half pounds.
Nice.
We got fourth. Took
Fourth.
home a little check.
There you go.
some beauty.
Yeah.
Paid
Now
the gas?
you fished another club event that was like a major league fishing style.
That is the coolest thing, and there's an app out. It's not an app; it's a website. It's called Score Tracker Live.
Score Tracker Live.
Score Tracker Live. You got to get on this. Anybody can do it. Like just even a bunch of buddies, you can get together and it records. It tells you real time what people have, and it's pretty damn cool. So we just use this app. We catch a fish, and the guy on the back of the boat or the front of the boat enters your PIN number.
Yeah, because
You
you're
don't
fishing
know.
against each other,
You're
right?
actually
you're
fishing
the guy
against
in the
the
back.
guy on the boat. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you really
cool.
are.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So he knows your PIN, you know his PIN. You weigh your fish, he enters it, he puts your PIN in, and it goes right up on the website.
Do you guys all use the same scales?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, we all use the same scales that were checked beforehand. Yeah.
Nice.
So it was really cool, and anybody can do that. We could go do that.
Yeah.
We could go set it up. Okay,
We should do that.
MLF, and let's go do it.
How do like does it work? The website. My microphone's all messed
Yeah.
up. How does it? So it goes through an app on your phone.
It's not an app. It's actually on the website. You have to log into the
Gotcha.
website. There's a PIN number and a passcode that the guy that sets it up gives to you.
Okay.
You get on it. You're in it. It's just push score, and then it's got a drop-down menu for weight. You put your PIN in there, and it's got a leaderboard the whole day, and in real time, you can see who's got the biggest fish, how many they got.
No way.
And it's really good because we were fishing Georgian Bay, which is a
Yep.
3-fish limit lake, right?
Oh, okay.
So now we
that's
could weigh
even
everything.
cooler.
You're not retaining any fish in your live
Yeah.
well.
You're just catching them, letting
We
them
said
go.
you're not allowed to. We didn't want somebody weighing 3 big ones at
Gotcha.
the end of the day and blowing
Well, that makes
everybody
sense.
away,
Yep.
right? So
That makes
no
sense.
retaining
No fishing
of
live one.
fish.
Weigh the fish.
Got to be 12
Get them
inches.
back.
I caught 19 keepers.
Wow.
I think the guy on the back of the boat caught 12 or 13. So that's like
Nice.
Now, what
over
happened the end of
30
that
keepers.
day? Because you were
I
less
took
than
second. I
okay,
took
so
second.
you ended up losing by what, 7 pounds?
I lost by 7 pounds.
Okay, and
I
were-
was down by 9 pounds at one point, and I jumped on top of that guy.
So you went
Well,
back
not
to first.
jumped on top of that guy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you did.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I came from behind and got back up, and then he was leading.
That's
He was leading. I was leading. He was leading. I was leaving, and then I got a phone call.
From who?
One of our boaters ran out of gas, way away. So
No way.
you know what? So I don't know. Not a lot of.
So with
people
an hour
might know
left,
this.
an hour left, you're
An hour
7
left.
pounds back. You're smashing fish nonstop.
Yeah, we're catching fish nonstop.
So
Catching fish.
really,
Nonstop.
say 4 or 5 fish,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
'cause they
there.
were like a pound and a half, 2 pounds
Right.
each, right?
Hello.
Yeah.
So when you got that phone call, how far were you back?
7 pounds, 6 pounds.
7.
No, maybe 4 pounds at that point because you got another fish after.
Oh, you weren't that far back.
No, not at all, man. I was 2 good fish away.
Right.
2 good fish
So I
away.
got a call and I made the decision that do I keep fishing and try to win this thing, or do I go help a buddy that's in dire need of? He's stranded, right? Even the marina wouldn't even send a boat out there
Really?
to pick him up. Yeah, he said I'm not sending guys out there to pick him up.
Was it rough?
It was
Gotcha.
Georgian Bay. Yeah, so it's rough.
That's the whole
Gotcha.
reason I
There's
didn't go to
80-foot
Georgian Bay.
yachts and
Yeah.
big water, right? So I made the decision that the results didn't really matter to me.
That's good on you.
Let's go get this guy.
Let's go
so,
save.
yeah.
Save the day.
You're a different cat,
2
Mark
hours,
Hunter. My
man.
hat's off to you.
Yeah.
Good work,
no
Mark.
problem, man.
Way to save the day, dude.
Yeah. So 2 hours towing this guy
Would you
back.
fish another event like this?
Absolutely.
You like the setup, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to check this out. Maybe we can do a vlog and we
It's
do
wild.
this.
It's really cool.
We'll all meet up somewhere.
Yeah.
So clubs are a yes. Guys should be fishing clubs.
Absolutely.
What do you mean a
man.
vlog? We should do it live.
Yeah, maybe.
You could.
We could do it live, then we could
Everybody
go
could
Facebook
see.
Live at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Everybody could see what we're doing during the day. Yeah.
Ooh. We could
That
do
would be
both.
Pretty cool.
We could probably do live and a
But you
vlog.
can't see it. You can just see the weights, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and
but we
anybody
I
can
gotcha.
log, anybody in the world can log in and see your weights.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Anybody
check.
can
We'll
follow.
have to try to figure this something
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That would be really cool.
Let's move on to baskets found on Pigeon Lake.
Whoa. Why?
Oh man.
There's
Why
nothing
again?
there's nothing going on Pigeon Lake. Why would there be baskets on Pigeon
Mm,
Well, Jamie Kennedy
yes.
had a pretty good theory.
Lake? Yeah.
This I think this is the best theory of them all.
Yeah. Jamie Kennedy has a theory that the fish were being transported there and they were being stored. Right? Guys go there, they catch them, they store them before the tournament. They'll go pick them up, take them, drop them maybe the night before.
Because you'd have to keep them alive,
to the
right?
lake that
Yeah.
they're going to.
And
Well-
even if so, maybe the guys weren't. I'm not even going to say that they were caught on tri lakes, right? So maybe you caught the fish somewhere else, and pigeons just on your way to the tournament or, close to your house. Because you remember, like, cheating's a lot of work. Like, you got to keep those fish alive for multiple days,
and then
right?
you got to take the chance by transporting them live.
Yes.
Which is a huge no-no.
Yeah. Hide the baskets.
Yeah.
Right? Go the night before. Early in the like, would you go early in the morning?
I don't know.
No, probably not, because everybody would be around, right?
Yeah.
The difficult part, like we were just talking about live well care, you couldn't keep them in your boat for 2 days.
No, you could not.
No.
No. So you'd have to store them somewhere in order to transport them to another
And the thing
lake.
is, when you got them in those baskets, they don't come out all fresh and normal.
No.
They're all beat to shit.
Yeah,
right?
they're not.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to keep them in those baskets a ton of time. They're already going to do, right? They're not eating in there,
No.
right? I don't even know how long they can go. That's probably why they start looking so rough, not eating.
Well, I think they're banging up against the holes in the basket.
Yeah.
They're getting their fins torn up, their tails torn
Yeah,
up,
So-
their
they're
bellies
ripped up
torn
pretty
up.
good.
I think
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. Like if you had a tournament on Saturday, Thursday, you catch them, Friday. Well, like, do you really? Now here's another point. If we heard there was 20 pounds in the bag, estimated 20 pounds. If you could catch the 20 pounds, why would you cheat?
Exactly.
So we're going to assume that this took more than 1 day of fishing for some shitbag to get all these fish, or they have some like stock
Fuck, it would
pond.
take me like a month.
Or 2
Right?
seasons.
So like
A month and 10 fish.
man, unless it came from a pond or something, you'd have to go catch them from somewhere.
Were they largemouth or smallmouth?
I don't know. I'm assuming largemouth. You'd never keep big smallies alive.
No.
Maybe that's
Ever.
where all the big ones went from the Omimi stump pond.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That would make sense. You know that you could even drive there with your boat, can't you? From Tri-Lakes?
The what?
Could you make it? No, you couldn't.
You can't
Never
make
mind.
it
No,
to-
you got the
can't go
dam.
to the stump.
Never mind.
You can't get into it, no.
So you probably caught on Thursday. I wonder what day the basket was found on. I wish I had that information.
I think it was found on Thursday, maybe?
So yeah, Thursday.
Friday?
Let's say 2 days to go catch those fish, get them into those cages. A day of, overnight period anyway in the cages. Thursday night, Friday, you got to move them to wherever they're going,
They're going to be beat up.
right? You got to do it within hours of pre-fishing or people would notice your boat driving around randomly.
Well, this is the thing, too.
It's a lot of work.
It's got to be a team tournament, too, no? Because
Yeah.
everything else,
Good luck
you
getting
have
a-
a scrutineer or you got a
Oh,
A
yeah.
pro angler, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It wouldn't happen at Pro-Am.
Like, hey, look that way while I pick this up.
Yeah,
and,
hold on. Look, I just hooked a basket with 20
Yeah.
pounds.
Can
Would
I
that
keep
count?
it?
I don't know.
Would that you'd have to catch them in the mouth, though.
Yes, you would.
So if you could get one of them in the mouth and you brought the whole basket in with one in the mouth,
No,
The surprising part is how much
probably
cheating.
not, eh?
How much cheating do you think's really going on? Like, this was like a big deal a couple years ago, and then I believe they found one like a real beat up cage full
Yeah,
of
they
fish.
did.
Like afterwards,
Yeah, on pigeon.
Yeah.
we got another basket of fish. Like, how many times is this happening and people aren't getting caught?
Do you really think it's tournament guys that are trying to cheat, or is it just like some Joe Blow who just holding on to some fish?
Yeah, but why would Joe Blow hide them? He's well within his rights to just string them on the dock.
No, he's not. You're not allowed to cage fish.
What? Yeah, but he doesn't have to hide his. Like, why would he hide them?
If you're within your
He's
your
in it with
legal
limit. You can
yeah.
have. I believe totally. If you have, you can't transport live fish. But
Nope.
if I was a cottage owner at the end of my dock, I could build a cage and bring my fish home and put them in the cage. I'm assuming that
I saw that on Seymour.
it's nothing different than a live well, right? You never left the body of water. You're within your possession limit. So I don't think I think it's a tournament guy. It's got to be a tournament guy. There's no other reason to hide baskets of fish, right?
I'd like to see the basket.
Yeah, I don't remember if there was a picture on the post.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any.
So how much do you think this is? You think this is isolated cases, or is this something that's going
I
on?
don't think there's too many cheaters out there, man.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think there's too many.
I would hope not.
I would hope not too.
Yeah.
Over the years, though, you got to think that, it wasn't. This is got to have happened more than just this.
Well, it happened for a whole season, didn't
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well,
it? Took
I-
my money.
I was the one that put that post out on Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
about,
you were.
Yeah, about those
One of them.
those guys asking them. Like, I never pointed a finger. I
Yeah.
simply asked. Right? If you go back and read the post, I never accused or I just
What's up?
simply wanted to know why they would run with their tail between their legs if they were accused of cheating.
Yeah.
If somebody accused me of cheating, I would stand there and fight tooth and nail and
Sure.
defend
Absolutely.
myself. You know
That's
what I
'cause
mean?
you're innocent.
But
Yeah,
these guys just bailed and were never
Yeah.
seen again.
No.
You know what I mean?
So the
Go ahead, Amber.
I was just gonna say that he can kick somebody in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can throw a
Super
pretty mean
kick.
kick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
can.
you know what? Like, honest to God, I wouldn't, stand down, especially if they were innocent. The only
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
why I can see them leaving that morning of the tournament, I was right there, is that, they've been caught cheating, and
Yeah.
they didn't want to stick around for the rest of it.
Mike and I were they were like the third boat to get boat check-in, and we passed them. We'd already
Yeah.
checked in, and we came down the river.
Yeah, I was right, like, behind you guys, I think.
Yeah, so
I saw
we
them.
came out, and then next thing you know, they're gone.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
take them long to leave.
Yeah.
They just pulled their trolling
Like
motor
they
right
were
away.
they were in line to boat check.
Yeah, they were. And
Yeah.
then they just floated out into the middle of the channel, stayed away from
Yeah.
everybody, waited for everybody to go, and they pulled out right away, and they were gone, never seen again.
Yeah, I never saw them again.
I got
never
a,
checked in.
I got a letter from their lawyer.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah, I still got it. Yeah.
Saying what?
It's like a cease and desist letter to take down my Facebook post, or they were going to sue me. But I had it my post proofread before by a lawyer, and I said, "Can I get sued for this?" He said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Post 4,400 shares in 4 days."
No way.
Yeah, I lit them up like a fucking Christmas tree.
Do you, I
So
don't.
what'd you say to their lawyer? Fuck you? Or can I
Sorry.
say that?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
yeah.
just did.
Well, I'm not down with the cheating, right? I
No.
was pretty pissed.
Yeah.
No, I was
knock the
mad
post
too.
down?
A lot of guys go out there and they work their bag off and try
Yeah.
to
You knew
put
that
five
everybody in
the
this
box.
room.
Yeah,
Right?
and from what I understand, they weren't hurting for money either.
No.
No.
Like
No.
these weren't poor people.
No.
No.
These were well-off guys who really
Yeah, yeah.
didn't need the cash.
All for the fame, man.
But is there really that much fame?
The fame
Not
in
if you're
Canadian
cheating.
fishing.
No, but even
Especially if you're cheating and
Listen.
become second.
listen,
Oh, I
if you won every bass tournament in Ontario, how popular do you think you'd be?
Nobody'd want to fish against you.
That's
No.
right. Well, that'd come up too, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I had that discussion the other day. I heard once again about guys not wanting to fish against Corey and Chris, and at the CSFL events, they only placed one spot ahead of us in 10th day one, and day two they finished in third, and they couldn't catch smallmouth, and they brought in 18 pounds of largemouth. But everybody who complains that I don't want to fish against Corey and Chris, I don't want to fish Corey and Chris. Well, we just saw last weekend that they're
They
human.
don't win them all.
They don't win
Yeah.
them all. But think about this the next time you say this. If you get on a really good roll and let's say you start pre-fishing and you retire or you win the lottery and you start winning tournaments, remember that nobody's going to want to fish against you and you just became a guy who doesn't have a tournament series to fish.
Well, it was a pretty funny comment I seen on Mike Williams' post there on the weekend because Corey Johnson actually weighed in
Really?
and said, "You better be careful, Mike. You start winning too many tournaments, people aren't going to want to fish against."
Yeah, I've seen that. That
Right?
was pretty funny.
That's
It
true
was
story,
that
right?
was- I thought that was going to break the internet.
And you
right
know
there.
what? Like how
It
many?
was awesome.
If you won every tournament in Ontario, that's all that had happened. You wouldn't like the industry isn't as big as everybody like. Maybe if you did a ton of social media work and you filmed every tournament and you were like totally honest, but if you just fished a bunch of tournaments and won them all, there's not really any fame to be had.
No.
Everybody would call you a cheater.
Well, we're in it because we're passionate about it,
Yeah.
right?
No,
This
for
is-
sure.
We enjoy it.
For
Yeah.
sure, but I'm just trying to justify like
Why would you cheat?
why would you cheat?
Yeah, I don't.
The fame's not there. You're not going to become Tom Cruise because you won 7 tournaments in Ontario.
We all
not-
know. We all know
that's
if you
not
want to
the
be
toss-up.
famous, you vlog, right?
Absolutely. That way, you don't have to win tournaments.
Yeah, Mike Williams actually wrote in. He said, "Someone has to be caught, and penalties need to be enforced. I hope they start putting cameras and cameramen on boats for those reasons, and do also more live events like the Pro Elite event."
Yeah.
And that's I'm really surprised that there's not more of that. Like you have to run a GoPro all day,
Yeah.
And hey, if
Even
you come
if
in with
you-
a winning
you
bag,
know what? You gotta
come
show
in with
it.
a winning bag. Here you go. You know what I mean? You got the GoPro running all day, and it's not like they'd have
It's
to go
kind of
through
sad that
every
it's got to
angler's
this
footage.
point, though, right?
Well, it's that, or you got to go through. You got to
Lie
start bringing in
detector.
the lie detector test.
Yeah.
Which is very expensive.
Well, it's
And where's
also,
that money
but it's
gonna come
everywhere in
from?
the States. If you're in
Yeah.
the money in the States, in any fishing tournament in the States, you got to sit down with that
Yeah.
dude before you leave, before you cash your check.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
do
they
randomly
do.
3 of the top 10 on the Walmart tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your check.
It's not cheap,
They
right?
don't mess around.
No.
But they.
So-
We got to do something. Like it's so a guy like Mikey and Dwayne work really hard, then win 2 events in a row, right? Unfortunately, the guy whoever had that 20 pounds on the basket, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
He's
they
taking
were they
fish
were
away from the rest of us.
Sure he
well,
is.
not only
Still.
that, but there's people who worked really hard in this industry to get what they got, and then there's people trying to take the really shortcut route, right? Like those other guys who messed it up for everybody. I think Marley and I had, out of the 7 top bass events, 4 or 5 8th place finishes. On that
one out of the money.
No, we were in the money. But if they hadn't have been cheating, we'd have bumped up to 7th every
sure,
event.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're putting gas in these bloody boats and pre-fishing, it's probably, add up over those events.
Well, what's the difference?
$1,000, $1,500.
What's the difference between first and second? A big chunk of change, right?
You know what the funniest part about that whole scenario is that Scotty Burns and J-Mac beat them and they were cheating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I said, they say they came second.
Yeah, that's funny, eh? So what do we do? I don't know. Is it mandatory to go buy a GoPro to fish a tournament? I hope it never gets to that point where, you have to prove you're not cheating,
Yeah.
right? Corey's probably got a good point there for Mike. How many tournaments you win before nobody wants to fish against you? You win
Right.
you have they did all right day 2 at G Pool. So the next one they win Skoogog, or then we're going back to the Tri-Lakes where Mikey and Dwayne are from.
Oh, they're gonna smash it there.
Right?
I know they're gonna
So-
smash it there.
Yeah.
At what point does the
I'm just gonna
in
follow
tournament
them around
fishing,
all
there's
day.
20 guys who could really have a chance of winning, maybe 30 guys, right? And then there's a group of guys who have never cast a check, who just like to tournament fish, but they think that there's a lot of them who think it should be we should be handing out participation awards for 87th place. There is, though. It's totally.
I'll
That's
take a ribbon.
I'll take a ribbon. I love
That-
it.
that's-
I'll start collecting that shit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
group not happy about Corey and Chris winning all these. And if we look at the stands right now, Dwayne and Mike are well ahead of Corey and Chris this year, right?
Atta boys. You know what? Really, 2 really good guys too.
They are super nice
Yeah.
guys. Super nice guys. So food to thought. Fish against everybody. Be a man.
You know who was nice to see
Take
on
a
the
licks.
weekend?
Who?
Bickell.
It was nice to see Mr. Bryan Bickell out fishing tournaments
Yeah,
in Ontario.
He crushed it at the elite event.
Yeah,
did,
he
eh?
did good day
He won
2
that
and Rice
thing.
too.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
It's good. We need more of that. We need more guys with some following, some name. He's got an amazing hockey career behind him. Out fishing tournaments. General public would love to meet Bryan Bickell,
Sure they would.
right?
My neighbor wants to.
It's super good to see Bryan out at tournaments.
And he's really approachable too.
He
I've
is
watched
really
a lot of people come up to
Yeah.
them, and he's so happy to greet them and talk to them and take a picture with them.
Good on him.
You know, he's a super humble guy.
He is a really, really nice guy. I got to buy him a water. It's my claim to fame.
Yeah.
I bought Bryan Bickell a water at weigh-in. I'm holding on to that. I should have got him to sign it when he was done. I could have put it up in here. Maybe I'll message him on Instagram.
You're like the OJ and the
And I'll be-
the little kid
yeah.
with the Coke.
I'm not even
Remember
joking.
that commercial?
I'm
You
a
guys
hu-
are too young for that, aren't
I'm a humble guy. I'll message him and be like, hey, could you send that bottle of water and send it back to me? Don't think I won't. Bryan
No?
Bickell, he'll watch this. Think he'll watch this?
you? Sure.
Brian, can I have an autographed bottle of water? Thank you. Sean, you call him your nemesis. You wanted to beat him pretty bad day 2.
Yeah, me and Bickell, we battle all the time. We used
He-
to go
he
out
was
for
actually like-
Thursday night fish club. And,
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
You know, we were always coming in. He'd always have a fish that was a little bit bigger than mine. I got to beat him once there. It was pretty good. Once or twice, maybe. But
He was talking.
He was. He's a stick, man. He really
can
knows
fish,
how to
man,
fish.
for
And-
sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Were you there when the COs were there that time?
COs?
Yeah. They were at the ramp.
Yep.
And we pulled in at
Yep.
Caesarea there.
Yep, we were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Brian won that too.
No, I won that night.
No, you didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Want to see the picture?
Yeah.
Brian's boat broke down.
yeah.
Eat a dick.
Talking about that CSFL event, we were in the river talking smack. I throw a frog out, and I got the biggest hit of all time.
Oh,
like
man.
the giantest. Well, we thought it was a largemouth bass. We get there, it's like a 7-8 pound northern pike.
We
Wow.
go in and we go into some shallow. Like we're in
We're-
skinny water. This thing was in skinny water,
Yeah.
and we're going. I'm ready to hop on
In
the
the
big motor.
autonomy?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready
So
to
that
hop on the
pike's
big
like
motor.
on its way to
Yeah.
the Tri-Lakes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
We get all the way up
yeah.
there, and he's like, "It's the one, man! It's the one! It's the one!" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's the one!"
I saw him tore.
It's the one. So, and this is first thing in the morning. We're super pumped, and this blow up was huge. It was just smash.
I hit it like 4 pops, and I seen him torpedo, and he was less than a foot of water off 20 feet torpedo, and he annihilated that frog.
Just boom.
When we got it in, like the hook was so far down its throat, I couldn't get the pliers to the hook. So I had to cut it. I had to cut it off.
Its head?
Live target frog gone.
Oh,
Probably still floating around in
all
that
the
pike's
belly
yep.
wow.
See ya. Yeah, no, we got
Like
up to
I
it.
couldn't even like get the hooks to the hooks. Like it was a big
Wow.
pike.
Yeah. We got up to the fish, and like
You can
his line went down into the weeds, and then you see the line hang a hard 90 out to the left, and we look over, and there's the pike trying to swim away. I look at him, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You suck at fishing."
Yeah.
You're dealing
You
with
could
that
told you
yourself.
can see in the
Dropping
vlog.
that, hey.
We could see in the vlog where like we're really excited, and then you can see us getting close, and then you can just see, no way. Biggest hit ever though. Man, he crushed that frog.
it,
But yeah,
Wow.
they're on their way to Tri-Lakes.
Still exciting though for that moment.
I guess on the Northern Pike travel, the next stop is Little Lake in Peterborough,
Yeah.
and then it'll be to
I cannot believe how many pike that we've caught in the river.
7 this year. I got.
And then 29 locks away from the dry lakes or whatever it is. Ridiculous amount of locks. Or
Yeah, 10 years. That is what it'll take. If you think Seymour, for them to cross, Seymour has had to have had them in there for 10 years. And it's only the last 3 years we started seeing them in Rice Lake.
How many locks are between Seymour and Rice?
1.
Just one?
Yeah. But you remember, so here's how, like, they came from Quinny for sure. They go up the...
No, there's got to be more than one.
no,
What, Hastings?
Hastings. That's it. As soon as you get below Hastings, you're right into the monument, man. You run down that river.
Really?
Yep. And then before that's Burley
yeah, I
Falls.
guess. Yeah.
So realistically, one, like this is why it takes so long. One goes through the lock, right? Then he gets out into the big lake, and then another, depending if it's a male or female, another spawner's got to go up, and then they have to somehow find each other, right?
Yeah.
And it takes even if you put 200 fish through,
doesn't mean they're
going to find each other.
yeah.
They may, right? And
There could
I
be
believe
200
that's
fish in there
what
and they haven't found each other.
I would
right?
believe on Rice Lake, and I'm not a biologist at all. I'm totally just talking up my ass right now.
Well, it would make...
I would believe that's
right
why
now.
we have bigger tiger muskie than northern pike, because there's some. Let's say the Rice Lake has a good population of muskie.
Mhm.
That the first 5 males through would find a muskie no problem to breed with. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as soon as that, it probably took 3 or 4 years for a pike to find a pike, and that's why we're starting now to see the low hammer handles. But it probably in the first spawning year, 2 pike found muskie to spawn.
That was no hammer handle you caught. in
No,
the
no,
river
that's
either.
a
That
spawning
was like
fish,
a
man.
7-8 pounder.
Yeah.
Right? That was
So now
scary to
tiger
see.
muskie, they are infertile, are they not?
That's right.
yeah.
But it would make sense that if you have 1,000 muskie in
Kinda
the lake,
like me
right?
for the last 15 days.
If you
Infertile. You're at home painting the ceiling.
Yes, I am.
So if you had 1,000 muskie in the lake, that one male northern pike could find one of those females and breed her, and that's why we'd have tiger muskie quicker than we would have big
Yeah,
northern pike, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about you've been a bachelor at home.
Yeah, I have.
You found out a secret to laundry.
I did.
Let her rip.
Well, you know what?
Folks at
I'm
home.
new to this laundry thing. When I've had a breakthrough, major breakthrough. You guys might want to go get your mothers, get them in front of the screen right now. Go get your grandma too. Okay, you ready?
First, you can tell Mark how
There
stupid
is
he is.
no reason to separate your whites and your colors.
None
There's
at
just
all.
no reason at all. I put everything in one batch, just like a good stew, and
Like a good stew.
just like a good stew.
Amber-
And you
Amber,
know
do
what?
you have thoughts on this?
Whites were white and the blues were blue. They were clean.
That's because all your clothes were older clothes and they don't have any.
What are you saying? I'm
extra dye
unfashionable
stuffs.
now?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Wow.
When was the last time did you buy a
I
pair
will
of blue
tell
jeans?
you, when I moved in with Ian, all his shirts were grayish.
Because I'm fresh
Grayish
to
or
death.
grayish?
I got new jeans all the
Got your
time.
own color.
Yeah,
got
but
my own.
aren't jeans pre-washed? Doesn't
No.
it say that right
No?
on the label?
That's
No,
the
no.
grayish.
So, Mark's plan works.
Beige is kind of aluminum-ish, isn't
Alu-
it? Say it.
Aluminum.
Yeah, exactly.
So Mark's plan works awesome till he buys a new pair of jeans, and then he's gonna have to buy 13 new white
Or
t-shirts.
a red shirt.
Ooh, red.
I got all kinds of red shirts were in
Not
that line.
new
They're
ones.
already
Not
washed.
new ones. No,
Yeah.
not new ones.
Let's do that test.
So here's the tip: if you're going to go with Mark's, because now Mark, when somebody goes home and washes their shit, and then dyes all their clothes pink, they're going to be like,
All right.
Mark Hunter.
I got to weigh in on this now too. It bothers me because you're what? You're 47, right? 8?
No,
48?
I'm 46.
9?
40. No, you're
Here.
49.
I'm 46.
You don't look 46.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what bothers me about this? What really bothers me? You're finding this out when you're 46. I figured this out when I was 12.
Really? I
And
did
kept it
laundry.
a secret. You're not supposed to tell people this kind of shit.
Now they know you can
You
do
know what?
Especially
that.
the one-
That's the kind of that's why people like me more than you, Sean. 'cause
My-
I'm
you know what
kind.
my ex-wife did? My
I'm
ex-wife,
very, very kind.
she seen me do laundry once, and she was so appalled that I mixed my colors with my whites. I was not allowed to do laundry again, and I was okay with that.
Amber, does it bother you?
I don't care what you do with your clothes. I don't want my whites into the grayish. I
Into the
separate my
grayish?
whites.
The grayish.
I don't separate anything.
I don't
but
have that many
towels.
white shirts.
I throw everything in all
Me
in one
too.
shot. I
They work
throw.
perfect.
You just
Yeah.
got to. I'm really into fashion. I wash my jeans inside out. Back in the day, I would
Do
wash.
you?
The only thing I'd wash together is my jeans, and I'd wash them inside out so they didn't fade.
What?
Yeah.
You,
Did you take the pins out of your cuffs?
Did
No.
You're probably
Did
too
you
young
do
for
that when you
too.
were? Did you pin your cuffs?
I
No.
pinned my cuffs.
No,
I did.
I'm not
Back
that
in the
old,
day,
dude.
yeah, man.
Oh, excuse
Dude,
me.
I was born when you were a teenager.
That's true.
Yeah. You old bastards! I don't know anything about pinning your legs.
You
What are
should
you
start
talking
doing it. You look
Listen,
really good on
so
your
here's
skinny
here's a
jeans.
tip
The
for all you.
original skinny jeans, buddy.
Yeah,
Here's
exactly.
here's a tip for all the young men out there.
Me and
I lived
my
my
chip
whole
and peppers.
20s by myself, right? I
Chip
never
and
lived with
pepper.
anybody. Take your brand new jeans, flip them inside out, never wash them, and they'll always look brand new. Wash them together. And the other thing, always have brand new shoes, because when a woman talks to you, the first thing she looks at is your shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you.
Every time. So as
Right at
soon
my
like
midsection.
you should have like fishing flip-flops, a pair of shoes to wear home, but you should have like a nice pair of white Nikes that you only wear out to the dance club.
And not a hat that's sweat.
I wear my sandals. That way she can see my hammer toe.
Hey, you hammer
Oh my
foot. That's not even a toe.
That's
it's a whole
funny.
foot, buddy.
My toes are.
And you know what? We're on our way here, and he goes to put it on my dash. And I'm going, what the hell?
Hammer toe?
That's not my new truck, man. Get that down.
I got Flintstone toes.
He
Yes,
does.
you do. That put the brakes on hard.
That's funny. Okay, guys, instead of doing final thought tonight, let's talk about. I released a video talking about where we started on the FearFishing vlog and where we are now. Let's spend the last couple of minutes here reflecting. You know, when I did the first vlog, it was Heather Kuntz. That's how you say it, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Coons.
that's
It was her idea, straight up. I was sick. So anybody, this actually came up today that nobody's ever watched this first season of the vlog. So they're like, "Do you even work, bro?" And I was like, "All right." And I said on my Instagram story, the Instagram Q&A is the best thing ever invented. I got blood clots in my lung, and I have to take blood thinners because I have a clotting disorder. And they won't let me go back to my job because I had like a dangerous job mixing steel, right? And it like almost cut my hand off in there, 2012. But if I cut myself, I can bleed to death, right? I wore a cast on my hand. That you like. If we talk about when I first met Amber,
Back 5 years ago, I almost cut my hand.
I
off.
really did.
That was close.
You guys
I
want to
was
hear
thinking
it?
about it,
While
actually.
we're talking about this, so inside where I used to work, there's like an arc furnace that would melt 3 pickup trucks at once, and on the other side there's a device that adds oxygen to the steel, and where we mix the raw minerals like
What?
the raw
rum.
minerals
I
like
heard
chrome.
rum.
So we basically take at the place I work, they made all kinds of mining parts, like for Caterpillar, like dredging points and all kinds of stuff. And the best job I ever had there was like adding the raw material to the steel to make it all different alloys. So there's a cart probably 3 times the size of this room. And in 2012, I was working a midnight shift, and there's a staircase where you stand up to throw the bags of raw minerals into the 1900 degree Fahrenheit steel. and I was in a rush, and the guy is inside another room who runs the platform to run back for the big arc furnace can tip. And I made a stupid mistake and shoved my hand through an A-frame into a staircase to shut the door, and he moved the platform while I was standing on it, and it started pinching my hand off. And luckily, he can't see me. I climbed up on the rail and started yanking it out. And I remember pulling my like my arm out and jumping off the thing, and my hand felt wet, but it was because it had severed all the nerves in my hand. So I really, to this day, don't have any feeling in this part of my hand because it didn't grow back.
So you got the stranger.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it feels like it's
Wow.
somebody else.
Totally. So that's why when I
Wow.
hooked myself,
That's amazing.
when the smallmouth
I gotta
hooked
borrow
me,
your hand.
the
Yeah.
smallmouth.
Siamese
Well, I guess I picked the right side to sit on. Didn't I?
So when I hooked my hand with Walton and he was getting all upset, right? I was playing it like a man, but I can't feel my hand, so it wasn't matter about pulling the hook out. I was like, he's like, oh my God, we should go to the hospital. I was like, no, I'll just pull it out, no big deal. I can't feel it anyway.
Wow.
So blood clots
So-
and no feeling in your hands.
That's right. So that was like a bad break, right? But so when my doctors found out like that this is the kind of place they were like, you can't go work somewhere like that on blood thinners because if you did that today, you'll bleed to death. Like if you sever your hand, you'll never get it stopped on the pills you got to take to stop the blood clots.
Yeah.
I got the same no feeling thing in my foot. I cut my foot off in a lawnmower.
Really?
That his
Yeah.
hand looks way more attractive than your foot.
I have seen
Just
that
saying.
foot. So when we look back, I'd like
No.
at that point, I remember I fished that whole summer 2012 with Marley with a cast on my hand. I wore a cast for 8 months because they were trying to get the nerves to grow back.
Was it pouring blood in?
It cut like on this side of my wrist. It had like a 2-inch, probably half my thing indented where it wasn't going to cut it. It was going to pinch it off.
Ah.
On the other side was all bloody and everything from where I like pulled it out.
Yeah, gloves on and everything. Too,
Yeah, I
right?
did. So when I pulled it out, it felt wet, like it was gushing blood, and
Yeah.
I remember not wanting to take my glove off.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember like
I cut my foot off in a rubber boot
yeah, it sucks.
With a lawnmower.
with a lawnmower. Yeah. Then my grandpa pulled the boot off of my toes.
I remember my dad did that too.
So looking back,
Yeah.
since the moment I found out I had the clots, I did like a month of pouting, and then we started the vlog because of Heather,
Yeah.
right? And then so we're like, it says in the video 158, but the honest to God truth, we've done 258, 250,
Yeah.
260
Because there was a
vlogs.
season 2, right?
Yeah, that I totally
Yeah.
didn't calculate in.
Yeah.
It looks better that we've only made it this far. If 158 is better than 258.
Yeah.
How do you guys
Right.
feel? How do you guys feel?
You know what? I call you guys family now, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, man. We've had a lot of fun. And
We've
and
done a
not
lot of
this-
things.
We have a lot of fun on film, but we have a lot of
We have
fun.
way more
off-
fun.
have
the cameras
way
are
more
fun.
fun,
Way more
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Way more
We've
fun
had
than
some
what you
great
see.
times.
You
We've
want to
seen-
see what kind of fun we have? Come and hang out with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, for sure.
We've seen some amazing
Yeah, if you
things
guys want to see
together.
this all, get us 1 million subscribers
Yeah.
on YouTube so that nobody can take our stuff away. Then
We've
we'll do
traveled
this.
together.
Then you'll see fun.
Yeah, we travel together.
We travel well together.
We we've made a lot of road trips,
Yeah, man.
classics,
Yep.
right?
Texas.
We saw Jordan
South
Lee win
Carolina.
twice.
Hunting, fishing,
Hunting and fishing,
Eating.
caught a ton of fish,
roller skating.
roller skating. Amber's a big fan of the roller skating.
Me too. I'm good at it. That's why.
Yeah, you're pretty good at roller skating.
He is pretty.
I got
Yeah.
those.
I'm surprised. Amber,
Go-kart,
you've
bowling.
come other than you came hunting with us, fishing, 2 classics.
Yep.
You tried to marry Swindle in South Carolina while he was driving by. I'll never forget that. Her screaming at him. You met Steve Kennedy and you told him how beautiful and happy he looks while he fishes. You
Didn't you meet him in the bathroom?
No, that was
that was
Carpenter.
Brian.
Carpenter. That's
That was
right.
a dartboard,
She,
wasn't it?
Brian. Yeah.
She offered to ride Seth Fighter like a roller coaster. Like
She
she
did.
has been on the
My
adventure
God.
that we have.
All right, that's enough.
See all the fun we have when
Yeah.
nobody's watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to have fun? Bring margaritas for Amber. Even Brian to this day, he'll be like, he texted me a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Are you guys planning on going to Knoxville next year?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You bringing South Carolina, Amber?"
He's already asked me to start doing shots tonight.
Oh yeah.
Did he?
Nice.
Yeah.
We're bringing South Carolina, Amber. What are you guys looking? So we've had a ton of fun. What are you guys looking most forward to down the road?
I want to go hunting again.
You want to go
I want to
hunting?
go shoot something with you guys. I want you to shoot something.
I don't.
I shoot stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to hang out at the
Well,
hunt
Sean,
camp.
it's like probably
catch
one of our
fish.
turns.
Do you like hanging out at the hunting camp, Amber?
I do like hanging out at the hunt camp. I don't like sitting in a tree. I'm bored. It's cold, and it's.
I really like sitting in the tree.
I love it.
You know what? I really, really like is the hustle, and I don't think that sometimes people who watch the vlog understand how much work goes into it. Like when we fish tournament weekends, like getting those tournament vlogs out is like crazy,
Oh,
right?
Sure,
so we
man,
do
you're
one,
up at 3:00 in the morning or whatever.
right? And then we got it. Like I got it. Like I feel obligated to get the next show out the next day, right? Like we have less than a 24 turnaround. So we got home from the tournament, right? I'm running stairs and I'm starting to edit video while I'm shoving food down my face, and then but it's really what it takes, right? Like I really want when we're on the water fishing the next day's tournament, people to be watching.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's all important. You put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
You put a lot more work into it than I would. I got to
know.
work.
yeah,
We know.
I like it. I think the
You're getting better at it.
the feedback is what, like meeting people, like randomly throughout my day when people come up and they're like, hey, I got back into fishing because I watched the vlog. Or
I cannot believe how many people come down to us when we're fishing on the shoreline or go
Oh,
by in a boat.
yeah.
And stop. And
People
say,
were like watching
hi.
us fish. The other guy, I landed that chunky monkey on rice, and the people on shore were cheering. And then they wrote us on Instagram saying they watched the vlog.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
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 We couldn't go through Walmart today without 3 people stopping us.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's cool.
So I think that that's what I really like, man. I really like hearing those stories, or people coming to like up to me and telling me about how they went and did this. But I really like it when the young kids come and talk to me, especially teenagers, because we're having such a hard time getting teenagers into the industry or into fishing. But I really like the story from some like the dad who didn't fish for 20 years because he got busy, but now he watched the vlog and now like he's going out to get a new Daiwa rod and reel, or I think, and
That's
he's
cool.
and he's going to fish again, right?
That's cool.
I think that those are really the ones where because I get up all the time and I'm like, man, I just like not to bring this camera and go fishing, because if I bring this camera, I got to edit this, right? But then I like.
So you stopped that by not catching anything.
Yeah, pretty much. That was probably what had happened. No, you know why? Like,
Sunset.
but I want to share the story with everybody, and I'd feel like going fishing, without bringing the camera, then they're missing part of the story. But if I didn't bring the camera, they'd probably jump in the boat. Do you know what I mean? Like
It's
you
like
would go
not-
out there,
It's like not bringing the net.
7-pounders, all just like all day, every
Yeah.
cast.
Speaking about not bringing the net.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
We fished day one. I forgot the net at Rice. So luckily, Sean had left his fly fishing net in my boat.
That was your
It was
net?
my butterfly catching net.
It
I
was.
couldn't
It
tell.
was. And things went so well day one, I didn't want to switch it up, so I forgot the net day two, for we had to use it again. But it worked. We got that pike in there and a muskie.
Yeah. Thank God for that net, the old fold-up Vino's net.
It's pretty dope.
I can't believe you even own that.
So at the end of day one, we did pretty good. We had boat number 69. Anytime
Yeah.
you get boat number 69 in the morning, you know you're getting it on.
it
Snake
could go either
Yeah,
way.
you're going to rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
So right away, we're pumped.
We even
He
tried
was-
to buy boat number 69 the next day.
Did
We
ya?
had boat 47. I was like, I'm totally willing to blast off later if we can have that number.
I got the sticker. So Ian's like, you know what, bro? I'm like, what? He's like, I forgot the net. I'm like, you what? He's like, I forgot the net, but don't worry. I got this. And he pulled that net out. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, that is not going to work. Right? People are going to laugh at us.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst net
It was
ever.
bad.
It's literally a
Where-
butterfly.
that was
When you
your
put
net?
no,
Whose net is it?
when
I'm not admitting to
I don't
nothing.
even know why he brought it. It must have been for walleye fishing.
Yeah,
but
I
if you
see
put a
why.
2-pound bass
He's saying
in it,
it's your net. You're saying it's his
you
net.
put a 2-pound
Amber,
bass
is
on
it your net?
and the
is my
handle
net.
bends, man.
It's,
I put if
It's-
you watch
it's a
the vlog
pan
from
fishing
day
net.
Yeah,
one,
I did, yeah.
he lands like a 25-inch muskie, and I put it right in that net, and when I'm holding it, it's got like a loop, man.
Oh, yeah, she's bending.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but no.
So
it's
day
just-
2, I purposely forgot it for we'd have it continue on the roll.
You know what my
How'd that
problem
work
was,
out?
though? I brought my rain suit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have brought the rain
Yeah.
suit.
How was it fishing out in the rain?
It was wet.
It was. He put the life jacket on for he was back when it got wet.
I'd rather be in the rain than in the wind, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, I put the
Unless-
life jacket on to keep the cold off my back.
Yeah.
If I
Smart
stay
plan.
warm, I'm good.
Well, boys, this is number 59. Almost 260 vlogs. It's been a blast hanging out with you fellers.
Oh,
We really have become like a family.
Oh yeah, it's great times.
It is. We're going to do some more exciting stuff. We're going to the Classic next year in Knoxville.
Woo.
Everybody should come. If you're listening to this right now, you're pretty much crazy not to come.
It's so close to us. I don't know where you guys live.
It'll
but
be the closest one ever.
yeah.
And
12 hours.
well,
or something.
winter one and the other. It's cheap.
It
Like as
is.
far as like a
Once you
trip.
get your hotel, like it doesn't matter where you are, you got to eat. So if you eat there, or
But
you eat
like
there,
compared to
here,
Canada,
Yeah, but
same price.
We did that Airbnb, and
Yeah, it
we,
was
we
cheap.
We went to Walmart, and
how much was that, Amber? Do you remember? Look at what it
It
cost.
was like $108
It was like
$20
for
each.
all
20,
of us.
but for the food, it was
Yeah.
like $20.
It was like
Yeah,
$20
$20
bucks
each, and we
Fed us
ate
for
like
3
kings.
days.
Yep.
And we
Right?
still
Breakfast
had
is for
lots
3
of
days.
food left
lunch.
over.
But we still went out for a meal
Dinner.
a day.
But then, like when
Alright.
you get to the southern United States, it's not like going out for dinner here. Like
no,
it's not
not.
even like
You get value down there.
oh man,
And full.
I don't know. We went to that seafood place. That was right up there.
yeah, but it wasn't like
It was $25, and you were full of
Yeah, yeah.
food, man.
Yeah, we were full.
and
Yeah,
I mean
we
like
were
even if
hungover too.
even if you like the Paps,
Yeah.
I woke
it's
up on the
cheaper than water
driveway.
down there.
It's cheaper than pop.
I was buying Amber Magnum margaritas at the
Margaritas, yeah.
yeah, what were they were like $7, and they were bigger than Amber.
Yeah.
They
She
were
had
big.
2.
Yes, she did.
She did. She's the classic queen.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
didn't
boys.
tell
Gotta
everyone.
go.
We're gonna wrap this up. It's been a great show. Great to see you guys.
Great to see you. Ian.
Okay, we want
Great
to do
see
final
you, Amber.
thoughts. Final thought, Mark.
Final thoughts. I miss my wife and my daughter. Hope you get home safe.
When are they coming back?
Saturday.
Sean, final thought.
Slay dragons.
That's a funny one. I wish I could tell you people what that's about. Amber, you got a final thought for us?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
My final thought is Dwayne and Mike, you probably should stop winning before people don't want to stop fishing against you. And you should probably let Sean and I win Skoogog and the Tri-Lakes.
Just take us out and show us your water.
Yeah. That's a great plan.
Hey, we'll watch the fish swim
That's-
by so they can catch it.
Listen, we'll do a vlog
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that they can get some credit. We'll hammer down on the tournament days. That way next year, people still want to fish against them. I don't really care if more people hate me. This
There you
works
go.
out perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching. Make sure you check it out on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can catch all these crazy webcasts up there. We got to go.
Good night, all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.